Gostkowski's kick.
He did it again! He did it again! He did it again!
Whew. Oh, lordy,
It
lordy.
came down to it again. It happened again.
It happened again. Why are we being tortured by these close finishes in this kicking game? Welcome to Titans Tube, everyone. We made it again at the end of the game. Escaped with a victory by a score of 33-30 against the Jacksonville Jaguars here, Week 2. Titans are now 2-0 for the first time.
08. It feels like 08.
It feels like 08 since 2008. And remember what happened that season? We only went 13-3. So
I mean,
I would definitely be down for one of those again. So, so much to get into here with this game, Jake. I mean, just take it away. What were your initial thoughts?
If we're jumping right into it, Jonnu Smith with a career game jumps off the page. He had 84 yards, and then his career high is 2 touchdowns, tied a career high.
His breakout season is going very well so far, as many were predicting.
Albeit he got a lot of those 84 yards on the opening play of the game. He was left butt naked, wide open, and then he ended up grabbing the touchdown at the end of that drive. Something we talked about last week after the Denver game, I wanted to point out also, this team finished drives, especially in the first half. They got a little stagnant, touch or two here in the second, but early on they came out and hit the Jags in the mouth. I love to see that, even though, Minshew looked good and they responded to that initial punch by the Titans. But regardless, you really wanted to see this Titans team come out and jump on this Jaguars team, and that's what they did. And, this team has championship aspirations coming into this year, and that's the kind of thing you need to see from them against a Jags team opening up at home and all that. So it was a good first half. Second half got a little aggravating with the defense.
It felt like both sides of the ball were kind of reeling a little bit. Like, as you mentioned, we did get the fast start. We got 3 touchdown drives, a final field goal drive after that crazy bad kickoff.
Weird botch
from Lambeau.
Pooch kick
Yeah, and then just one punt. But then the second half comes around. Minshew and their offense is really starting to string some good things together, moving the ball on us, and our offense, kind of stagnated a little bit. Had a 3-and-out. And then also another punt whenever it was getting really down to crunch time. I got worried there for a minute. I thought that, even though, it was tied 30-30.
You saw
and then we
it
got
coming.
that Gostkowski field goal to go up by 3. Yeah, I thought, man, our defense is reeling still. I do not feel good about this. We've got to find a way just to get the ball with the turnover. And luckily, Jeff Simmons bats it with the shoulder. It was such a low throw.
He was there. Jeff Simmons ended up making the play. So, regardless of how he did it, Harold Landry, opportunistic, snagged it, sealed the game.
I jumped up and I screamed. I screamed
a
little too loud. It was a little too loud, I think, for I was watching with my girlfriend, and I think she was like, "Oh, tone it down," and I couldn't tone it down at all. Super exciting. But as you were saying, the second half, we started, allowing some things to happen, and not getting anything going ourselves on offense. So it was getting a little worrisome there for sure.
I also wanted to point out, I thought Ryan Tannehill played a fantastic game today. Derrick Henry, a little quiet again. I know he had over 100 last week, but this week he is 25 carries for 84 yards. Jacksonville,
tough 84 yards.
Yeah,
they were meeting him right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Still has not popped one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We have
31
yet to
carries
see the Derrick
last
Henry
week.
We saw last year.
31 last week, 25 in this game today, and I think his longest rush was 15 yards, which he got in this game, I believe. So still waiting on that big one.
He got rolling a little bit late, but
yeah.
for the most part. going through some stat lines here, but going back to Ryan Tannehill, he went 18 of 24 with 239 yards. A low passing yardage as far as NFL standards go, but I thought he looked sharp, getting the ball to Adam Humphries, going back, #Ferks down.
Ferks down.
I had a tally running. He got 3 first down catches, and then the huge PI late in the game to keep that drive alive.
So big. Yeah. We definitely
caught
a break there.
We'll take it. And
yeah.
it's definitely a marker in the #Ferks down category. So Tannehill looks sharp. They converted third downs. I thought they were great on third down today. I made a note they were perfect in the first quarter, and I think their first half was great overall as well.
Now, would you say this seems like it's one of the best games I think Ryan Tannehill has played? Because he really, like you said it earlier, right before we started recording, he's kind of been carrying the offense, especially in today's game, whereas we were relying on Henry. He was more of a complement to Henry. He seems to be, kind of leading this offense right now with Henry kind of coming slow out of the gates. I thought he was fantastic. I thought this was one of the best games he's played as a Titan.
Hey, 4 touchdowns ties his career high. They were saying it in the broadcast. I made a good note of that.
Mm-hmm.
But, teams are going to stack the box and stop Henry. Obviously, that's going to be their number one thing each week, and they're going to make Ryan Tannehill beat you. And, Ryan Tannehill beat the Jags today. Who would have expected a shootout in this game also? I just want to put that out there. I thought the Jags looked great, and I feel like I should wash my mouth out saying the Jags looked great.
Dude, they're playing hard. They're going to win some games this year.
Everybody has the Jaguars in the tank, and I think they're full of young, hungry guys getting an opportunity, and they're making the most of it. James Robinson was great. He had over 6 yards a carry against us today. Illinois State Redbirds, going back to the preview video.
Right.
There for you.
Dude, he was such a problem. We could not stop him. Well, just thinking about it, Gardner Minshew, 6th-round pick last year, and now an undrafted running back, are giving our defense fits today.
Yeah, defense
very frustrating. Real quick, I'm so happy to escape this game with a win because we've got to get healthy, especially in the secondary. Our corners were getting roasted on crossing routes, slants.
Minshew had us
the
dink
middle,
and dunk all day
Yeah.
underneath. It seemed like every play was a 7-yard completion, for the Jags.
Right.
And then when it wasn't,
For sure.
it was a James Robinson scoot up the middle. There were a lot of holes in our front seven today.
It seemed like as soon as their starting center, went out with an injury, they just started gashing us up the middle.
Yeah,
it's like,
maybe that guy needs to
happen.
start. Jeez and Pete.
Right.
I did want to note again with the Jaguars offense, their ball movement was great throughout the day. They spread it around again like they did last week. Eifert got a touchdown, a great contested catch by Eifert over Vaccaro.
Yeah,
it was one of those plays where there's not much you can do other than play the defense he played, and it was just a great throw, great catch. I wanted to note that they spread it around. Chris Thompson, the veteran from Washington, got the game-tying touchdown late.
Such a frustrating play.
Oh, my goodness.
It put it right on him. It's like if it was an inch anywhere else, it would have been knocked away by Jayon Brown's back. But also, Jayon Brown got to turn around. He could have intercepted that ball if he turns around and finds it.
Clowney was flying in. That play, it was inches from Clowney's fingertips coming at Minshew. But
game of inches. Perfect throw, though.
I'd given credit to the Jags again here, but Minshew looked good today. I didn't have a lot of faith in Minshew coming to lead this team. Early on, they were supposed to be in the tank, and we're going to rely on a 6th-round, second-year guy in Minshew, but he was sharp today. His ball placement was good. His stat line might be a little deceiving with the 2 picks. Christian Fulton, shout out, with a great opportunistic there. I thought he was going to take it to the house on that second quarter pick.
Yeah. Welcome to the NFL, Christian Fulton.
Welcome to
his
the NFL,
first
Christian
pick
Fulton.
in the league. And a great return, 44-yard return to set up our second touchdown. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
And like you said, Gardner Minshew, dude, tank for Trevor Lawrence. Gardner Minshew has given you 339 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. His 2 interceptions were both tips, right?
Both off deflections,
Yeah, we're both deflections. So, not completely on Minshew. But if that's what you're hoping you're like to get out of Trevor Lawrence, well, you have your guy in Gardner Minshew. It looks like. I mean, if I were a Jags fan, I wouldn't be crazy about the idea of going away from Minshew as it stands right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're 1-1. They're, depending on, I haven't seen a final from Indy, but I know they were up big today.
Yeah, they won, unfortunately.
And then does Houston play tonight or?
Yeah, I got it on right now. They're playing the Ravens, so hopefully that goes as expected.
Yeah, let's hope for that. But I mean, Jags looked good. I thought their ball movement was good. Not a lot of pressure on Tannehill on the defensive side, which I like to see. The offensive line struggled a touch for Tennessee on
gave up
penalties.
Gave up one sack. Yeah,
they gave up one sack, but they had the
early
one drive where a lot of penalties and Chason got the sack.
Chason.
Yeah, absolutely.
His first career sack. Yeah. And he went to LSU too, so 2 LSU guys registering their first sack and interception.
Yeah. Another quick shout out on the Jaguars offense. Laviska Shenault Jr. was also a big problem with us. James Robinson and Shenault were both huge problems for the Titans defense today. It seemed like Shenault was always there making contested catches, making, the back-breaking third down conversions for the Jags.
Yeah. And getting yardage, running the ball. He had 5 carries for 37 yards, 7.4 average. Pretty good.
Yep. Yeah. So defense was a little shaky. I know we're kind of bumped and bruised. Clowney's early. We're missing Vic Beasley. I mean, what's he going to look like? Clowney, another quiet game. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, didn't see him much. I mean, he finished with 2 tackles and 2 QB hits. I know he had a very clutch pressure.
Yes, he did.
I think it was the second to last drive on the Jags. I think it was a third down. He knocked Minshew down right as he threw it, and it was an incomplete pass. Big time needed that because as we said, as the game went on, it felt like our defense was slowing down and just getting gashed. So yeah, sorely needed. I thought Clowney, he's gonna make a play eventually, and even though it's not a sack number or jumping on a fumble or something like that, like just a QB pressure can make a huge difference like that. So yeah, he was okay. It would be nice to see him light up the box score a little bit more, but I think he's gonna be fine. And I liked what I saw out of him. Big shout out too for our we got 2 sacks. The defensive player of the game might be Kenny Vaccaro, too. He had a couple knockdowns of passes, and he got a sack.
He led the team with 11 tackles, a sack, and then he had, I know, at least 1 pass breakup on an end zone pass.
Yeah, that was.
I can't remember who was guarding, but he was out there flying around, always on the ball, led the team in tackles.
Yeah. And the other sack was welcome to the team, Jack Crawford, with a sack for a 20-yard loss.
Oh my goodness!
Amazing.
We're paying Clowney how much, and Jack Crawford is the one who gets the sack the first sack of the game here. I mean, sheesh.
That was the first sack of the season, I think, because that was the first sack of the game. We didn't get one against Denver,
I believe so.
So yeah, good to see him. Good to see him show up and make a big play for us. But yeah.
I wanted to say something about the defense. I mean, going back to last year and even the year before under this Vrabel regime, now I think it's this 3rd year. This is a very bend but don't break defense in my eyes. I feel like they get real staunchy around the red zone. I mean, Jacksonville had success today, but they had success doing everything today. I did not expect the Jags to come in here and put up 30 points on our defense, but that's what happened, and they look good doing it, frankly.
Yeah, they really did.
But the bend but don't break defense, forcing Lambeau to kick field goals in this one. I know he had missed the extra point, so Ty missing kicks there for a second.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
Traded off and got Gostkowski off the hook for his miss.
Yeah, canceled him out there.
Yeah,
kept it to be a 7-point game because it was about to be real nerve-wracking if they were down 6 and the Jags had scored that touchdown to take a 1-point lead.
But I guess that kind of drags us into the Gostkowski conversation a little bit.
It's going to be a weekly topic.
It's going to be a weekly topic. We were saying it during the game. They're going to bring up his performance in Denver, every week. on the broadcast. I feel like they're going to talk about it, and they're going to say, is this the guy? He's a Hall of Fame kicker, but this happened. And it's going to follow him through the whole year. And, I mean, all beside the missed extra point, he nailed one from 50-plus. The game winner, oh, my God, you saw it coming with 6 minutes left. You said this game's going to come down to Gostkowski again. Jesus. Oh, man.
But he drilled it, though.
He drilled it. 49 yards from the win. He got the 49-yarder, and I think the other one was 50-plus. So good on him. And that botched pooch kick by the Jags right before halftime ended up being the difference in the game. It gave us a free 3 points, and we won by 3
negated
points.
their field goal because they had a last-second 2-minute drive to kick a field goal. So that was definitely it should have been a 21-10 lead. But, what a terrible mistake their kicker made. I guess he was trying to squib it, and he accidentally hit, I think it was Josh Kalu.
Yeah, heads-up play by Kalu if that was him there, but...
Yeah, how did he? Yeah, that's incredible awearness by him.
And I thought
pretty lucky that the ball didn't bounce somewhere else.
They had said in the broadcast that they tried the onside, and why would you try the onside with 14 seconds left? You have no timeouts,
no, it was definitely a failed
by our special teams there.
Yeah.
And then obviously, kind of wrapping up on the defensive side of the ball, Big Jeff becoming a fan favorite here. Jeffrey Simmons again being disruptive, making tackles. He had the big swat at the end, and Harold Landry ended up catching it to seal the game. You were worried there. If you're a Titans fan, you were worried on that last drive with Minshew.
They had plenty
of
time.
Had plenty of time. Albeit no timeouts, but they were moving. They were at I think their own 40 roughly when that swat and the pick happened. So.
Josh Lambo has a cannon for a leg cannon. So, I mean, if they had to line up for a 60-yarder or something like that, I mean, they didn't really need that much yardage to make an attempt. And I would be worried watching Lambo line up for a 60-yarder. Yeah, he missed an extra point, but he's been one of the best kickers in the league the last couple of years. So, definitely needed some kind of turnover to save that game for us at the end.
Yeah, no doubt. Moving forward with this Titans team, Ryan Tannehill seems to be the leader of this offense. I mean, we said it a little bit. He's kind of carrying this offense with Derrick Henry being bottled up most of these first 2 games. He was less than 4 yards a carry on this game. 3.4 is his average I got here. The passing offense looked sharp as it ever has. Adam Humphries had a good stat line today, 5 catches, 48 yards, and a touchdown. He is a definite next to #firstdown, copyright of Titans Tube LLC.
Yeah. But his touchdown catch, that was just an amazing throw too by Tannehill. The anticipation.
I thought he was lobbing it up.
Yeah, because he had the rush coming right at him and lobbing it up, and I wish the camera guy, the TV camera guy, he got faked out or something. So we're not going to get a good, angle, of what you're supposed to get from, the TV broadcast. But yeah, it lobbed it up there. I thought it was going to get picked or something. And next thing you know, it's little Adam Humphries coming down with it was pretty much a jump ball. It looked like just an amazing play. Yeah, and I think that was on a 3rd and 10 too. So it was like, we're going to have to try another field goal probably to holy cow, we scored a touchdown. Adam Humphries big time stepped up.
Absolutely. And you talked about we talked about the Jags spreading the ball around. In the absence of A.J. Brown, I thought a lot of the Titans receiving corps stepped up. I mean, Jonnu Smith we talked about had a big game.
Yeah.
Adam Humphries catching first downs. Fursker catching first downs. Corey Davis gets another a touchdown here.
Even though he kind of he disappeared completely in the second half. I was kind of worried about that. Maybe they were locking him down. But yeah, he was started hot. He had I think all 3 of his catches, 36 yards and a touchdown all in the first half.
And how about welcome back to the program, Cam Batson? I thought had a couple of good contested catches. He had 2 catches for 26, and I'm pretty sure one was on 3rd down for a first.
Yeah, he had a big 18-yard reception late in the game. Big time catch from Batson, and he got a carry for 11 yards. Little trickeration.
I love seeing the motion and getting the ball to people like Cam Batson or Khalif Raymond, who had another quiet game. No catches or targets from him. I see. Excuse me. But I love seeing the jet sweeps getting those ball in those guys' hands.
Yeah, for sure. Man, we do miss A.J. Brown, though. I like Cam Batson. I think he needs to stay on the team and be our fourth wide receiver. But, I would hope that A.J. Brown can come back, because it would be nice not to have him have a bunch of snaps taken. Mm-hmm. But he's proved his worth a little bit today. I thought this was definitely a plus game for Cam Batson.
Absolutely, did a lot. Put some some film on. I know he's bounced back and forth from the practice squad and things, but performances like today, I mean, it didn't light up the box score, but he definitely made a difference in this game, and that's what coaches are looking for, bouncing these practice squad guys around. And And
speaking of other
receiver depth,
these kind of practice squad kind of players. A couple of other sightings with the running backs. Jeremy McNichols getting 2 carries for 7 yards, and then Cena Rice Perry, I thought showed some nice burst on his couple carries. 2 carries for 9 yards.
4.5 yards a carry. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You look.
I mean,
you had
very
to look
small
twice
sample
and
size.
Say, who was that back there? Who's taking these carries?
Yeah. Who is on our team? There's another guy too, number 15. I saw on a special teams coverage.
Yeah, that was the practice squad receiver.
Who that is.
Yeah, practice squad receiver. Well, the 2 receivers that play with Jacksonville coming out of half, muffing the kickoff, and the Titans almost flew down there and recovered it, but it squibbed out of bounds. It was I can't his name, number 50. They called him up this week. Practice squad receiver
guy?
was the first. Yes, I think so. Picasso or the hyphenated name guy.
The hyphenated name guy.
But he was down there. And Khalif Raymond was the one who tried to scoop it in at the very last second, but it was already out of bounds.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this team kind of had a next man up mentality today, and it was great to see, especially with a headliner name like A.J. Brown being out of the game. Good to see the ball get in other people's hands, and they make the most of their opportunities. I mean, like we covered it already, but with A.J. Brown out, you want to see guys like Corey Davis, Humphreys, and Jonnu Smith step up, and they were the recipients of all the touchdown throws from Tannehill today. So definitely great to see on the next man up. Something I would like to see maybe from Art Smith, they tried it, and Tannehill missed him, but let's get the ball to Derrick Henry on a couple screens, I think.
Man.
To get him rolling downfield. He had missed one where he kind of
It was going to be a huge play. I could see it. Well, yeah, he reached out with one hand. It was a little bit inaccurate. Man, because I forgot who the lead blocker was. Maybe it was Lawan was out there, and he was taking his guy out. Mm-hmm. And I didn't see anybody else near the screen, or at least on the TV screen around Henry. So, yeah, big opportunity there for a big play. Just missed him from Tannehill.
But we got to get Derrick Henry rolling in some capacity moving forward with this team. I know every opponent we play is going to have Derrick Henry at the top of their list each week in the defensive room. They're going to stack the box, and they're going to make Tannehill beat you, which we've already alluded to. I mean, Tannehill beat the Jags.
And he's showing it.
He's showing that he can.
I mean, what our defense is going to do now, 25 carries for 84 yards. You'll take that as a defense, and no touchdowns to Derrick Henry. But then you got to look at what Ryan Tannehill's doing. He's throwing 4 touchdown passes, not turning the ball over. It's almost like a pick your poison kind of thing for the defense. So I think, I think Henry will get rolling. I still like the way he's running. There just wasn't a lot of room today at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you can tell he's running hard. He's kind of hitting holes with conviction, but he's getting wrapped up, and guys are not thinking twice about going low on him and not letting him get that stiff arm out in front of him.
Mm-hmm. He threw somebody down today with his stiff arm. So
it's always
short gain. It was near the sideline, but I was like, all right, I needed to see one of those.
Get a little dosage in of that is always good.
Yeah.
I would like to see
he'll be
Derrick
fine.
Henry get out in space a little more. They tried a couple of toss plays to him that weren't successful, but I would like to see him in the screen game. I mean, he's got those ping pong paddle hands seemingly a little bit, but I'll give him the benefit of the doubt today. Tannehill missed him on that wide open one without a doubt.
Yeah. Maybe we'll probably see a lot more once Darrington Evans gets back. We'll see a lot more screens, probably running back passes, those kind of plays with him, because he's got that pass catching versatility more so. Absolutely. Supposedly, I don't know. We haven't seen him play yet, but that's what he was brought here to do.
And with this kind of the defense getting gashed, dink and dunk down the field, I think they are missing Adoree Jackson. I mean, I know the IR period, I think he's only got to sit out next week. and then he could be activated again. But I think this defense is missing Adoree Jackson.
For sure. Yeah, and I think Jonathan Joseph was sidelined a little bit with an injury.
But I thought he played a decent game. He was there. He was a player we have yet to shout out on the Jags. I wanted to get to this too. Maybe we already did, but Chenault, he made a great contested catch. Jonathan Joseph came over on kind of he looked safety coverage. But he came over, and if he played the ball, it looked like he could have got there. It was kind of a floater by Minshew, but he went for the lick on Chenault, and he held on, and it was kind of it was good to see from Joseph, covering ground and making plays on the ball. But I just want to give another shout out to Laviska Chenault for the Jags.
Definitely going to be a rookie to keep an eye on as the season goes along. He looks good. Man, but we need Adoree Jackson back. He was sorely missed. Butler was okay. He had two passes defensed, but 11 tackles, which is a lot for a cornerback. Which means a lot of those he was giving up some passes. But he had a big breakup in the end zone late in the game. But yeah, we need Adoree Jackson back. I thought Christian Fulton getting the ball in his hands and running down the field with it, I think that helps him. That's going to help his confidence. I think that'll help him mature and grow. Just making one of those plays, I think is good for a rookie coming in, and their second game. So hopefully he's making progress. It'd be really nice if he could grow and mature and turn out to be a solid corner for us soon this year. Hopefully that would be fantastic. That's what this team needs.
Yeah.
Got Minshew and company throwing up 339 yards, 480 total yards for the Jags offense, and 30 first downs. They were 10 for 14 on third down. Our third down defense was not great.
They had no problem moving the ball. Yeah, I think that is a point of concern moving forward too. Getting Derrick Henry in space, but the second thing is third down defense was a problem today. And there were a couple of I trailed off there, but third down defense was a problem today, and that's definitely something to work on moving forward.
Yeah, I remembered to mention this a while ago, but back to the defense. Rashaan Evans, played the full game, but man, he hurt us bad with the face mask whenever.
Yeah.
Our defense was really struggling to get stops, and we finally, I think we tackled Robinson maybe for a 1-yard loss, but he grabbed the face mask. It's like, dude, last week it was the punch. You got yourself ejected, and then that was a big penalty. I would like to see, Rashaan Evans playing cleaner next game because, he still hurt us, but I think it was good. It was good getting him back. I don't know how much of a difference he made, though, with Robinson, 6 yards a carry, over 100 yards, pretty crazy. But man, again, I'm glad to get through this game with a win, given our injuries, and our secondary is going to need help. And did Kevin Byard? I saw a Jim Wyatt tweet, I think, that said Kevin Byard was hobbling off the field, or he went to the locker room or something. Is he okay?
This would be the first news to me. I was staying off Twitter for this game.
Okay.
We were watching a stream of it, so we were about a play behind. I ruined the Corey Davis touchdown for myself checking the Twitter. I think I tweeted a hashtag Firks down.
Oh.
And I had seen that Corey had caught a touchdown right after,
that.
But we were behind on the TV.
You're too excited about your Firks downs.
Yeah.
you're missing all the touchdowns. No, that's funny.
But that's news to me. That's something to keep an eye on for sure.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I might just be making up stuff, but I'm almost positive he had a tweet like that. But I thought he finished the game. Was he not in there, on that final drive on defense? He probably was. He finished with just 3 tackles, so maybe not the best game from Byard. I don't know. I'm not going to talk bad about Kevin Byard. He's our boy. He's the mayor of Murfreesboro.
He's the best safety in the league.
Yeah. He's fine. He's great. We can't have him leave with an injury at all, given our cornerback situation. But again, I just mentioned Byard, mentioned Vaccaro again. I thought he was probably our defensive player of the game.
Without a doubt.
Did you hear the announcer say that he's played Jacksonville 6 times in his career and he has 5 sacks against him?
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he got any when he was with New Orleans, but I didn't realize that he was sacking Jags quarterbacks that frequently. So props to you, Vaccaro. He is the Jag QB killer.
Love to see it. And he's a guy, I think it gets kind of lost in the shuffle, but he was a late signing before that 2017 year, or 2018
yeah, he was just
year,
supposed to be. He was supposed to be the Jonathan Cyprien replacement, and that worked out beautifully because he's better than what Cyprien is.
An incredible compliment to Kevin Byard back there. One of the better safety duos in the NFL. So definitely we'll give defensive player of the game to Kenny Vaccaro. I got to second that without a doubt.
Yeah, you love seeing him play well. I'm just kind of going through the rest of these names that I'm seeing. Amani Hooker, shout out Amani Hooker, breaking up a pass in the end zone. That was like a big high pass. It would have been a tough catch. I don't know if he would have come down with it anyway, but yeah, disrupting that play. I'm kind of liking our safety depth with Hooker back there. I think he's done some good things for us in the limited amount of snaps that he gets. Harold Landry, again, 5 tackles, no sacks though. He did register 1 QB hit and 1, of course, game-winning interception.
Shout out Harold Landry.
Shout out Harold Landry for sure. I don't know. Is anything else you want to mention?
I just wanted to wrap it up.
It felt like we kind of just flew through this a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I just did want to mention that, it's kind of felt like we've snuck away from these first 2 weeks with a win. It hasn't felt that convincing. Yeah. I mean, the Titans have looked good offensively, and I thought they looked great defensively last week. I mean, Denver kind of put up a sputtering game today. But albeit, I think this team has looked good, and turnover battle has won us these 2 games.
We haven't turned it over yet.
Have yet
season,
to
right?
knock on wood. But, if Tannehill can throw 4 touchdowns and not turn the ball over, this team is going to win a lot of games this year, and especially the close games when it does come down to who wins the turnover advantage. And the Jags, you could argue that they gave it up 3 times with that botched pooch kick at the end of the first half. But the 2 picks in this game
pretty much
really
right
made
there.
a difference and made enough of a 3-point difference to get the Titans out of here with a win. So,
yeah.
And again, the best part about being 2-0, it feels like 2008. I haven't felt this in several years.
Yeah.
And then the second best part is, as Big Jeff says it, the best part about 2-0 is the opportunity to go 3-0. So.
Did he say that? Did he tweet at that again?
Oh, I don't know. I'm hoping he does.
I hope that becomes a thing.
Yeah, I would love it. And have that ride all throughout the year. But, I think Titans were a little lucky to get away with this win. Shout out Gostkowski and then Landry making the pick at the end. Gostkowski has earned yet another week to kick for us. So it feels good to cheer for that guy. And glad we got out of here with a win today, Justin, no doubt.
We would not have won this game if we did not have a competent field goal kicker. I mean, he was kind of incompetent last week, but I think he's starting to move closer to competency again. It's weird to say that about a future Hall of Fame kicker. He's competent. But I was kind of reiterating what you were saying, and that we are squeaking by with these wins. But man, that first half we were looking good. We jumped out early on to a 21-0 lead or 21-7 lead, and I was like, "This is gonna be a fun game. I'm loving this." But then the things started unraveling a good amount in that second half, and then we squeaked by again. But I mean, we say this a lot, but Titans teams of the past, when they find themselves in these back and forth games, these momentum, swinging games where it could kind of go either way, Titans. A lot of times find a way to lose these games, and now they've gone back-to-back weeks where they won both games, coming down to the wire, making the big plays when they matter. So
and that's what good teams do. Yeah. That's what good teams do down the stretch. I know it's early, but these wins stack up, and especially these 2 AFC wins we've been able to escape with, one in the division being today. Feels good. We got at least the lead in the AFC South going into week 3.
For at least a week.
So, hey, we'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Man, in Jacksonville, I mean, they beat the Colts last week, and the Colts won today, but they almost look like the second best team in the division right now.
They could be.
Like, of course, I'm going to think the Titans are the best team in the division, but
they could be.
They could be the second best team.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that Jacksonville-Houston matchup, see how close they can play them.
Yeah, that'll be intriguing for sure. Titans go on the road to Minnesota next week. They were the ones that the Colts defeated today by a score of 28-11.
And Cousins laid
pretty
an
poor
egg.
stuff. Yeah.
Laid a dud.
I just looked at the stats. Cousins just went 11 for 26, 113 yards, and 3 picks. Ugly.
Hopefully we can get a little bit of that
continues.
Next week. Yeah.
He's going to want to try to rebound and bounce back. But, Vikings are 0-2 now with losses to the Packers and the Colts. Pretty disappointing start for them, as I guess they were expected to be a playoff contender again this year, I would assume. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be, besides losing Stephon Diggs. That was a big weapon for him. We'll look for our preview in that game. Any initial thoughts about facing the Vikings?
Not much. Got to do my research. Other than that's my initial thought.
That's why I threw it to you, because I don't really have much either. I haven't done research. I was hoping you had something.
That's what the preview videos are for. Right. But let's just march on. Let's take this win. 24-hour rule. Let's enjoy this win for the rest of Sunday, and then fix the problems of the defense getting moved on. Work on third down defense and work on getting Henry in open space. We got to get the King rolling if this is going to be a championship contending team. So
I want to see the King galloping down the field, just throwing stiff arms left and right like last year and the year before. Man, it's my favorite sight. It's my favorite sight to see.
All right. Well, is that just about wrap it up here, Justin?
Yeah. I'm good. Let us know if we missed anything. I think in our Broncos reaction, I saw a comment that was like, you guys didn't even talk about Jarrell Casey. And I was like, that's a good point. He was active in that game and knocking down passes and an ex-Titan, and we didn't bring him up at all. So let us know if we forgot a key.
Call us out.
Yeah, criticize us and downvote us. Downvote us all the way.
Make sure to dislike and unsubscribe. No, don't
if you didn't like our reaction, make sure to hit that dislike button. Yeah, don't do that. We're joking. We are just joking. But yeah, thanks guys for joining us. Great to be 2-0. Haven't felt this way since 2008. Crazy that we haven't started 2-0 in that long. And I think it was speaking of 2-0 in Jacksonville. I think the announcer said they've only started 2-0 like 7 times or 8 times ever in their existence. So we held them from accomplishing that feat again. So good job on us for that.
Always good to beat the Jags.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks guys again for joining us. If you like the video, like and subscribe and share on Twitter and all that stuff. So tighten up. Got the Vikings next week. Let's cheer on the Ravens to beat the Texans right now, even though this video will probably come out after that game's over. So hopefully already won.
All right. Hey,
but yeah,
have a good one, everybody.